Okay, so let me share my screen as well.
You want to see my thing first?
No, what we will do, right?
Okay.
The training order is still pending, right? So we'll complete that, right? Once
Okay.
it is complete, then we'll get a proper understanding, and then we'll see that as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So training order, right? So we have started this 20. Okay, so let me open it. So,
Vaibhav, what language do you speak apart from English?
Hindi, Marathi.
Oh, okay. You are Mumbai based?
Pune.
Pune. Oh, okay. Amchi, Mumbai. Pune is beautiful city. I've been to Pune.
Right. Means, as compared to other cities, right?
Yeah,
It's good from the weather point of view, living and
yeah.
all, right?
Pune is
Uh,
good city. And that too, food is really good.
right. Okay. During our last session, right? What
Yeah.
we did, we have just completed the flow, but we didn't uh, given that order number here, right?
Yeah.
Basically. So first we'll complete and then we'll go to that, right?
Yeah.
So here, what we have to do, we have to create a column, for example, order number, right? And then we have to start giving that order number here, right? So what is the first thing we have to do? We have to create a column in D1, right? D1. So we have to give this column name. And that
Okay.
is also one-time activity, right? So it's not the case like we'll give this order number each and every time, right? So we'll give the
Got it.
column name only once. So that part will come into the initialization, right? So initialization part, maybe we can say before this for each, right? So anywhere here, right? Maybe after reading the Excel file, right? We can start writing to, right? We can start into the, we can write into the Excel, right? So here we can mention write to Excel worksheet, right? Which Excel worksheet, the same instance which we are using previously. And it is saying value to write. What value we want to write? We want to mention order number, right? And here we will mention to the specific cell, right? We have to write into the D1, this D. So we can mention column D and row as a 1, right? D1 and click on the save. So during the initialization, it will write the column name here, right? After that, the order number for each and every specific order, we have to do it accordingly, right? So this
Yeah.
part is a repetitive, so that will come into the processing, right? So that will take here, right? Maybe what we are maybe at the end of this, right? Before closing each and everything, so I will take this right to Excel worksheet, and then it will go to the next record. So what value we have to write, that we have to give, right? So what value we have to write? We have to write that order number, right? Which
Yeah.
we are getting after crop text, right? This one, order number. So we'll go here and we'll mention it as a order, this order, right? Then where we want to write, we want to write in a specific cell, right? So which cell we want to start writing? Column D, right?
Yeah.
This is our column D. But here we'll not able to give the number, like because for
Yeah.
first record it will mention D1, then D2, D3, D4, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
D5 continuously. So this row name should be dynamic or it should increment each and every time,
Yeah.
correct? So what we will do, we will count it like what is our first action, second iteration, third iteration accordingly, right? So how to do that? We'll create one variable, okay, called as a counter. So it will count each and every time and it will increment by 1. For each and every transaction, it will increment by 1, right? So
Yeah.
here we can mention set variable and we'll take in the initialization, right? Here we'll give the name as a counter, right? And the counter default value maybe we'll give 1, okay? We'll give it
Yeah.
as a 1. So it will start from 1. And after giving this variable here, right? And before writing into the, or maybe after writing we can increment, right? So it will, no, before that we have to give, because we have to start writing from D2, right? Sorry. So initially it will be the D1. So it will write here. So we have to increment it and then we have to write.
So it would
So
be D2, right?
yes, D2, correct.
Yeah.
So we can use this increase variable. Okay. So what it can do, it can increase the variable value by 1 each and every iteration, right? So I will give the counter here, counter, right? So what will happen? It will increase by 1, right? We have to it increase by 1. So we'll say increase by 1. So now initially the counter value is 1 and now we are incrementing by 1. So it will be counter 2, right? The value will be 2 now. And what we will do, into this row, we can define that counter.
Counter, yeah.
Right? So what will happen? Now its value is a 2, right? So
Yeah.
it will write into the 2, T2 basically, right?
Yeah.
Once it is done, it will go back, right? It will take the next data from the next record from here, right? And now it will do all the steps, and then again it will come here and it will increment value by 1. So current value is 2, right?
Yeah.
And here it will increment by 1, so it's 3, right? So here the counter value will be 3, so it will write into the D3, right? Similar way, right? For further records, it will increment by 1. As soon as it complete, it will finish. Okay. So this is clear, right? Or any question here?
No, it is clear. Yeah.
Okay. So what you can do, you can build this flow and run it, right? Our flow is ready. Okay. So just build it. Once you are done, even I will also run my.
So, do you know in the Write to Excel worksheet, right? In Write to Excel worksheet, what row, like in row column, what we need to enter? We have to reference.
So see, this is we are doing initialization, right? Where we are giving the column name, right?
Yeah.
Value to
Yeah.
write. This is order number and specific cell. Column is a D and row is a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And here, what we are giving the variable, this order number, where we have that value of that order number, right?
Yeah. Got it.
Here we'll see on specified cell, column D, and we'll give the count.
So it is 2 times you have to enter Write to Excel.
So 2 times means, see, the first time, if you open our sheet, right? Sheet.
No.
This one. Okay. So if you go here, right, what we have to do? First thing, we have to write a column name, right? So
Yeah.
that is the reason we are using the write to Excel. This is for column. And whatever we are adding here at the end, right, that is for writing the order number value.
Got it. So first Write to Excel would be after read Excel sheet, right? And the second would be
at the end. At the end means
yeah. So where
before the loop ends, right? Before
the loop
ending the loop,
ends.
right?
Yeah. You know this counter in the last one?
Uh,
Right.
so so in this one or the last one?
Oh, we have to set an variable.
We have to set a variable. Okay, so here set the variable counter
That's
and
what I was
set.
thinking, like, how come, like, okay, fine.
Okay.
Set variable.
And once the flow is done, right, at the end, we can give save. Okay, we can save the Excel file. So just take this save Excel. Okay, and it will, we can mention save document. Okay, so it will save it, right? Once it is saved, we can mention close.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
just entering. I'm just running the program. So
okay, fine, fine. Save the document. So it's running.
it is running. It is still running.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, order number came into D3, and
Mhm.
how come cost center came in E row? It was,
E. No, no,
yeah.
cost center was there na previously. Product code, number required, unit price,
Okay,
and cost center.
okay.
Okay. So these are the inputs, right? And this is the out.
But
So
then
all
it should have come on row F, right? Because we override the original D row.
no, nothing was there. So you can consider this that the sheet is like this.
Yeah, so we replaced D with order number, right? So technically in this, if we had given column
Oh,
number
okay.
F,
Sorry. It should not be the D. Okay,
it
extremely
should be
sorry. It
F,
should be
right?
F. It
Yeah.
it should be F. Yeah, it should be F. Okay, sorry. It should be F. So you have given in a D. You have given D.
Yeah, I also give.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
it should be F. And at the same time you can change at the top also. Okay.
yeah, both the places.
Both the places, and once it is done at the end, you can use this also. Okay, so these two actions, So this save Excel. Okay. So it will save. Okay. Or if you want to do both together, like save and close, right? We have this close Excel. So in a close Excel, here we have this option before closing Excel, save document. So it will close and as well as it will save it as.
Save Excel.
And let me run my thing.
Okay, if we just use close Excel, then it will save it and it will close it.
Correct. So there are two options, like either save or do not save, right? So we can keep the save option and then it will save it, and after that it can be closed.
But why it's not asking where to save?
Because it is already taken the instance initially, right? So from the which location we have opened, right? At the same location it will save.
Yeah, but if we don't want to save, do you know in big companies normally they would keep one data on one and another data on another.
Miss, you are saying input will be separate and output will be separate.
Yeah.
Right? You mean to say? Okay. So that also we can do. So that also I will show you. So just let run this and then we'll. This is running, right?
Yeah, I'm just saving it first and then I would run it.
Okay, fine. Okay. So I just ran and for me it's perfect.
Yeah, it ran. Where did it get saved? Yeah, it got saved perfectly.
Okay, right. So now what we will do, as you said, right? If you want to save to another location, right? So in that case, what we can do, we can open this close Excel, right? And here, instead of save, we can use save document.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Save document. So we can give the path where we want to save and all, so it will get saved into that particular location.
Got it. Got it.
So we'll do that also. But now we can consider our at least positive flow is running perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
So it is working perfectly fine. But as I said, right, we have to divide into three parts: init, second one is processing, and third one is a end state, right? So what we will do here, we'll go to the subflow, right? We'll create a new flow, okay? and here we'll give the name as a init. Okay, we'll give the name as a init. Similar way, we'll give it as a processing. Okay, processing, and third one is a end state. Okay, end state. And whatever the actions we are using for init, right? For example, step number 2, step number 8, right? Copy, click, right? Shift, Control C, we'll put into here, Control V, right? So we'll keep here. Then processing, it will be from here to here, right? This, okay, this one, right? So whatever is there, that will be in a process. So we'll keep, okay, okay, Control C.
Processing will be until end, right?
Correct. It will be till end. See, till it will be end, right? So it will be processing. And what is last? These 3 actions.
28 to 30. Yeah.
So copy, paste it, right? And now, right, we have just built this for our understanding, right? So we'll delete it. Then, what is the purpose of it, right? What is the purpose, and like why we have segregated, right? We'll talk about it. But before that, how to call, for example, if I'm going to run, right? It will not have anything. So it will stop. It will not run, and it will stop. See, so we have to integrate 3 flows each other, right? So how to do that? Run subflow. It is called as a subflow. So take this sub. Okay, select the flow. This is init, right? Again, we'll take run subflow. After the init, it will be processing, right?
Okay.
Run sub. After that, it will be end state, right? So our main should be always like this. Why?
Okay.
Yes, because if you are going to build our like a flow, right, and if there are 100 steps, 200 steps, right, it is very difficult to handle it, right?
Got it.
Suppose we have to do any kind of enhancement, right, and that enhancement, it's very difficult to handle it. At the same time, if you have any bug fixes, for example, right, then if you have 100 lines of code, it will be difficult. So rather than it, we are segregated, right? So now what will happen? If you run, right, it will run init, it will run processing, it will run the end state. Okay, so now, for example, you are saying like I want to make input separate and output file separate, for example.
Then you just go into end state and you change.
Correct. We can go end state. We know, right, where we have to do end state. So we go to the end state, right? We can give the location of the file, right? For example, this is our right. This, right? So order system, right? So we can do something different name like output, like this, right? So it will save into that particular load.
Got it.
Right. So we'll do a lot of enhancement here, but before that, please segregate it, right, and then call into the main, and then we'll go for the further.
So in real world as well, this is the right way to do, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So once it's prepared, you change it, or you do
no. Initially itself we do, okay, but on the first problem statement, I don't want to confuse you, right? So that is the reason I have shown, and now we have segregated.
Yeah, I did it. I segregated it.
Okay, you did it, right? So now what happens sometimes, like when we are running our automation, okay, so whatever the applications or supporting files, right, we are using for that automation, right? So we have to start the neat and clean automation, right? Suppose I have already Excel open, right? Or suppose already application is open, then what be the case, right? Your automation can confuse, right? On which application we have to work, or which Excel file we have to work, right? So whenever we are going to start our automation, we should start with our neat and clean automation. Okay. It means whatever the applications, files we are going to use, that should be closed Okay, that should be closed, and we should open a fresh copy of it basically, right? So sometimes it might happen, right, because of any of the reason your application didn't close properly, right, or file or open. So we have to close it first, and then we have to start building, right?
Okay.
So what we have to do here, right? What we have to do here, we have to close it, right? We have to close it if it's open. If it doesn't open, still it will not have any impact, right? So that actions or that steps we have to add in the initialization, right? Because that will be done in the initialization.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the run, sorry, initialization. Then we'll use a terminate process. Okay, terminate process, this action, terminate process. Now it is saying give the process name which you want to terminate. So for example, here we are going to use this application and Excel. So how to get the process name? We can go to the task manager, right? So this is taskbar, right click, and this is a task manager.
Yep.
Go to the task manager. Okay. If you go to the task manager, here we will get the your process name. So for example, Excel. So right click, properties, right? Excel. Don't take the extension like exe or something, right? Excel. Copy, pasting, save. So this is for Excel. Then we'll take it for training order, right? So we can go, we can mention training order, right click, properties, right? Don't take the extension, training order system, and pasting, right? So what will happen? If those applications are open already, it will close it and then it will move. Okay. But what if it is not open, right? If it's not open, there will be no use. Okay. So suppose if you want to test it, right? So what we can do, we have to run these two steps, right? So what we can do on the third step, can you see this number 3? Just click here. If you click here, it will take this red color circle. Okay. So what do you mean by this red color circle? This thing called as a debugging steps. Okay, debugging steps. So if you start our flow, right, for example, run from here, what it will do? It will just run till this point. Right? After that, it won't run unless and until you are specifically telling, go ahead and run it. Right? So suppose we have to run these two steps, right? So, and you can see my Excel is open and training order system is open.
Yeah.
So we can click on the run. See what it did? It closed.
It closed the program and it closed the Excel. Yeah.
So now it will launch fresh. Now we will see. Now nothing is open, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll run. See. So it don't have any impact even it's open or not, right? But only thing if it's open, it will terminate it or it will close it.
Yeah.
Okay. So please try this.
Let me first run it. Closed it. Oops, why it's getting error now? Failed to extract. Extraction failed. Vaibhav, right now I was just processing it, right? And it gave me an error on processing. Point number 9, where like where it says get details of UI element in window. Over there, it gave me error saying that extraction failed to extract.
Okay, that will check. But have you checked this terminate process?
No, I did not, because I closed everything earlier, right? So I wanted to run it, and then I said, okay.
So we see it will run first in it, right? And then it will go to the processing. We have to only test this, right?
Okay.
Right. So just test this, and then we'll
Yeah. In task manager, where to go? Because you're in my task manager.
So task manager, right?
Yeah.
If you go task manager, here you will see the process list under the process.
Yeah.
And suppose we want to take the name of the process, maybe Excel or any of it. Just right click and go to the properties. Here?
I don't have that option of properties.
Okay, then please share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Please give me the time. Okay. I think you have Windows 11, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you have more than one instance. So can you click on this drop down, which is just in front of Microsoft Excel? Right, and then we have Microsoft Excel, right?
Oh, okay.
This is,
yeah.
So you can just take this. And that application should be open. Okay, then only it will display there.
Yeah. And the second thing which we want to process is task manager. Training order system properties. Yep.
Okay, so it's working, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll see that as well. Okay. So this is our one requirement, right? We have fulfilled.
Yeah.
Then next step, suppose like what we want to do at the end, right? At the end, basically, once we save our file, right? We have to zip that file and we have to send it to someone as a report, basically, right? Like we have submitted or we have completed this particular process, right? So that also we'll see. But before that, have you configured the Outlook?
Yeah, I did.
You done, right?
Hold on, just a second.
So just check. If not, maybe.
I think I did. So I have like in 11 we have mail. That is Outlook.
So you don't have that Outlook application? Like
I do have, but it is called mail.
Okay,
It is Outlook, but it is
so
mail.
but it's not an app, right? It's not an app, right?
It is an application.
Okay. Can you please share?
Yeah, it is a same. The looks are similar, but it is though it like it's a newer
can you
version of
share?
Outlook.
Can you please
Yeah.
share? Because mail we have to use like a lot of times. So
Sure.
okay, it's setting up. Okay,
There was some upgrade. So
sure, sure. But this looks as an app. Getting your Outlook ready.
yeah. This is a new look. It was giving me a
I think yeah. This doesn't look as an app basically. Okay, great. Okay, so let me share my screen. So now we want to send email basically, right? So what we will do, or maybe before that we'll see whatever the file we have downloaded, right? That we have to zip it, right? We have to
yeah.
zip, right? And after zip, maybe we can send, for example, right? So if you want to zip or unzip, right, here we have the option like zip, unzip files.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, zip, unzip files. So if you want to zip it, right, we can just take as a zip. Okay, then here we have to give the path, right, which file we have to zip basically, right? So we can just go in our folder structure, right? Okay, we can go to the respective location. This is training order. So we have to go to a select. I went into the select. So this is right out orders. This, right? We have to use this, right? Then it will ask if you want to give the password, right? If you want to give any password protection, we can give that password here, right? So with the help of password, that person will be open, right? And here it is giving the archive path, okay?
Yeah.
Where you want to save, like after zip, right? Give the path, right? So select path, right? So we can go to the same location where we have the file, right? So we
It could be
go this.
anywhere, right?
It
Wherever
could be
you want.
anywhere. It doesn't matter. So for example, I have this file, right? So I will select this file, right? And after that, we'll give the extension .zip. Okay, we'll give the extension as a zip. So it will get zip, right? So we have given. And this best balance of speed, right? This is compression level, keep as it is, right? Save. Okay. Now we have to see it will zip or not, right? So what we have to do, we have to run only this last step, right? For example, just to test. Once it is done, we'll test end to end, no problem. But just if you want to test this particular step, right? What we can do, we can go to that step, right click and mention run from here. Okay, run from here. So just click run from here. As soon as we click run from here, this particular step or the steps from here, starting from here, it will get executed. So it got executed and go to our folder where we have the file, right? So we can go to this folder and can you see this? This is a zip, right? You can see the time, right? So please zip that particular file and see it's working.
Yep. Record created, yes.
Oh, perfect, right? So you can see, right, if you segregate this, right, our automation, it will be very easy, right?
Very easy, yep.
To handle it will be very easy, right? And also for the testing purpose, right? It will be very easy. So now we have seen, right? Then it might happen, okay? Whatever the input file, right? This is our input file, right?
Yeah.
This input file can come through the email, right?
Yes.
It might happen. This input file, whatever the input file we have, right? It can come via email, right? So what we have to do? This file we have to download from the email, right, to the specific location, right? We have to download to the specific location, and from that point, right, our automation will pick up that particular. Okay, so that right steps we are going to build, right? And that step obviously it will be in initialization, because that is just one time, right? So if you want to work with the Outlook, right, what the first step we have to do? We have to use a, right, we have to give a launch Outlook, right? Give the launch out, basically, right? Launch Outlook. In the launch Outlook, it will take the instance of that Outlook, right? And then we can just type the Outlook. Here we'll have the different activities for Outlook. So we have to retrieve the email, right? We have to download it. So use this retrieve it. Take it. As soon as we have taken, it will take that particular instance. Then it will ask the account. Okay, which account you have to use, basically, right?
Yeah.
So we'll give that account, right? Then it will ask any particular folder you want to read it, right? So for example, inbox, right? We'll give it as a inbox. If not, what it will do, it will check all the folder, right? And whenever is the mail available, it will retrieve that.
It will take more time then, right?
So better give the info. Okay. But here that is not a problem, right? It already have the backend integration with this Outlook, right? So with this tool, there won't be a problem. If you are going to use any other tool, there will be problem, because this Outlook is also from Microsoft and the tool is also from Microsoft, right?
Yeah, makes
so
sense.
Then retrieve. Here we have the option. Do you want to retrieve all the email, or do you want to retrieve unread email, right? Or you want to read email messages only? Okay. So the best one is this one, unread messages one, right? Because whatever the emails which is already read, right? It doesn't make any point to go and read that. But again, it's based on the requirement, right? So that is the reason here we have different options available. Okay. And after reading the email, you want to make it read or not, that option is available.
Yeah.
Okay? So normally we should make it as a read. So this is
once you read
available.
it, yes.
After that, it is asking filter condition. Okay, filter condition, right? So now if you keep as it is, what will happen? It will run each and every email.
Yeah.
Okay, and it will download the file if available, right? So what we have to do? We have to make it specific, right? What specific? If the subject, right? For example, subject. The subject is like training order system, right? And we can mention input, right? If we are getting the email with this particular subject, right, we should work only on that email, and from that email only we should download a dash, for example. Right? And here from, if you want to give any particular email ID, like from, if the email is coming from this ID, then only it should go, right? So this we can give. Similar way we can give for body, right? So here we have the option, do not save attachment, but we have to save the attachment. So we'll mention save attachment, right? Then it will ask where we have to save, right? So we have to give the folder. So go and select the folder. Okay. Go and select our automate input and training order system, right? So within that it will get saved in this particular, right? So this is our subject. I will just copy it. Okay. This. Okay. Then okay. See, we have given all this. Right. Now, if you go here, right, we already have this file, so I will delete. Okay. I will delete it, and before that, I will send this file via email. Okay. So it will be in my inbox. Okay. See. Okay. I will just Control X, go to the Outlook, right? Mention new email, right? Then here I will mention, and we'll take this as a subject. Okay. Then just run. Okay. We got the email. So now, for example, I want to test it, right? I will delete this file from, right? We don't have the file here, right? So now what we can do, we can run only these two steps, right? Launch Outlook. Maybe I can close the Outlook also. So it will open the Outlook and it will retrieve, right? So I will go here, launch Outlook, right click, will mention run from here. Okay. So it will launch the Outlook, then it will retrieve email. Then so we can go to our folder. See, the file is now downloaded. You can see the date and time, right? So in this way, what we can do, we can retrieve the specific email, right? Also, we can download the attachment also based on the conditions, whatever the conditions we have defined here. Based on that, we can do. Okay. So any question, doubt?
Yeah. Let me run it just.
Sure.
Oh, I need to close Outlook.
Oh yeah, better. It should. The same thing we can add into the terminate process. Okay.
Yeah. No, it says failed to launch Outlook.
Okay. So have you closed right before?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, if it's open, right now it's open with me. Let me run this. If it's still working, okay. So please share your screen.
So if you see, this is the launch Outlook, right? So let me run it, right? Just failed
Press
to
to retrieve Outlook. I think it means we don't have the Outlook. Let me check one.
maybe because it's called mail. That's why.
Okay. So we can go Outlook, right? See, this is an app.
Yeah.
Right. So app, that is the reason I was asking. So app will not work actually. So do you have this is your license copy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if it's a license copy, right? It should be by default there. Okay. Do you have the Office? This is Microsoft Office.
Yeah,
Right?
this is 365. I don't have 365 2021.
Okay, you don't have 365.
No.
Okay. Then why it's showing 365 if you don't have that? Right, ideally then it should not show. It have this Microsoft document, retrieve new Excel.
Because my Office, which I use is 2021.
It is possible to log in this web Outlook, or maybe no web like, so click on this Office login and can you please log in?
Sign in.
So we'll check, do you have the license or not?
Okay.
Okay. Not this. Okay, we'll go here. Okay. This is home, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft Share, Favorite, Outlook, but it will open your own. Outlook, it will open the Outlook. Okay. We will check. Next. Okay, buy Microsoft Glory. But you don't have the Microsoft Office 365, right?
No, I don't have 365.
Okay, but see, it is allowing you, right, to log in here.
It will allow, but I don't have it because I have Outlook account, right? It will, yeah, see?
Okay. Go premium with the Microsoft 365.
Install all the apps.
Okay.
If you check,
PC.
yeah.
No. Then it will, right? Obviously, you don't have. That is the reason it is asking, right? Okay. So you don't have, but you said you have the previous, right? So this your OS. Okay, I don't know. Maybe what are the norms in the Canada, right? But it will come along with your subscription.
Yeah. So maybe because I bought like 2021 Office,
Okay.
but then it should be there, right? Like,
Yeah. Obviously, because my laptop is like in 2016, right? Still, it is okay. Desktop 2021. Download Outlook now. Try for free. For example, if you see.
it is showing 365.
Correct. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, maybe I will also do research from my side. But
Yeah, I will also try.
if you have the license, right? Let me show my screen. Okay, so I'm going
Yeah.
to share my screen. Okay, so if you go here, right? If you go here and if you type the Outlook or maybe Office, right? So you can see
But that you also it shows as application. For you also it shows the same, right?
For me also it's showing application. Let me check Office. Okay, where is Office? Okay, so have you given this email ID properly? Can you just check once, like whatever the email ID you have given here, right?
Yeah, it's arpan.desai@outlook.com. And I received also email. I sent email from my ID to my ID, sort of, right? That file.
Okay, so you are saying whatever the email you have given, that is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is Outlook email you are using?
Yeah, that's an Outlook email.
Okay, that is an Outlook email. Okay. But still it doesn't matter actually if you're using which account. Okay. It just required this. Okay. Okay. Can you just do one thing? Please share your screen. We'll check one check, and
Yeah.
after that, if it's not working, we'll see something different. Okay.
This is where.
So this is launch. This is retrieve. Okay.
Now it is giving error in launch Outlook.
So okay. So it is giving a launch. So that is the reason. Like if there is no Outlook is installed, it will say like this. Let us run.
Maybe if we check mail, because the app is called mail, right? Main app.
No, but here it is like showing this, right? So mail. Yeah, see, it's showing mail, right? I don't. So this is also I'm seeing first time. So let me disable this new Outlook. Okay. Skip feedback. Okay, we can switch at any point of time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
So
it has gone to my other screen.
see, so this is your app.
Hold
Okay.
on. Let me bring it on to this screen.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is the app. Okay. This is not the desktop Outlook actually. Okay. So this is your app. This is not a desktop version. So what we required a desktop version. Okay.
Okay.
So for that I will research like how to download, because obviously it will come with our Office package. Okay.
Yeah. So if you see over here, all applications. It's over here. This is the one which I'm using.
So that is app only. That is app actually. Okay. So that's fine. Maybe we'll see. Because even it will not allow to download unless and until you have a license.
Because that's where I.
But if your OS is genuine, right? Also it
It is
should come.
genuine. It is. I bought it from Dell, so and
Correct.
bought it last year. So see, if
Okay,
you
fine.
open an Excel, right? See.
Uh-huh. Correct. It will show your name. So
Yeah, it is.
basically, it's a genuine license, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Not sure. We'll see. Like
Yeah. Okay.
any alternative can be done, right? So we can continue. Okay. So for
Yeah.
this email, I will research something. Okay, or we can find some alternative. So we can stop here, right? Now maybe we'll go to the training that UI demo then. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me save, and the rest of the enhancements we'll do later. Fine. So now you got it right. How to write into the Excel, how to create a column, right? So
Yeah.
you want to check that a UI demo. Maybe just check from your end, and if not, then we'll check what is the problem, where is the problem. So please check.
UI demo. Just opening UI demo. Okay. So what was that in UI demo? Okay. Do you want to see? Do you want to check my screen?
Yeah.
Oops. right? So this program would run, right? It will go through everything and it will pass entry. But I was not able to get the transaction number on the Excel sheet.
But that is not it being done, right?
Yeah, that I understood now.
No worries.
So you see Excel? Yeah, see?
Correct. It is working perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Means apart from the writing the data into Excel. So
Yeah.
do the provision for writing into the Excel.
Okay, so we need to use right to Excel. Right to Excel. Value to write. Do we have to use, we have to first set the variance, right?
We have to first create the column name.
Yeah, first create a column name.
Yes, so that will be an initialization.
Yeah. But that is, okay, it's called. Oh, right. What column was it?
In A, B, C. I think E, right? Okay. Let it open.
Yeah.
Yes, E.
E1. Save. So now, oh yeah, we have to set variance, right?
Which?
Because we want transaction number in all the columns, right? So
yes.
Name would appear here, then +1, +1, +1, right?
Same thing.
Same thing, yeah. So set variable, and set variable would be
init, right? Init. Because
yeah.
that is a one-time task.
Yeah, but no, where? Okay, it's the last one. Give it 9. So this part is done. Now we have to go over here and again write to Excel.
Yes.
So over here we need to take transaction number.
Yes.
On specified cell, column. We have to say E over here.
E.
Right. And row should be counter, right? So, Or we need to create the counter, right?
So counter you have created, right? So you should give the counter name, right, to the set variable. You have given the transaction number.
Transaction number. Okay.
Yeah, change, please change it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, select.
Right.
No, and value to write, it should be transaction number, right? You are giving it as a counter. So remove it first. Otherwise it will get appended.
Yeah, what we want is transaction number. Yeah.
Okay. And now this is just for one column, right? So you have to create two more columns and you have to write into the two more column. Right?
So that would be
open the application, then we'll understand. Open the application. See this transaction number you did. Now we have to do transaction number, transaction time and transaction date.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Oh, we have to capture that. Okay.
Yes, we have to capture, and again we have to create two columns: transaction number, transaction time, and then we have to write it.
Okay, so this one is done. So I can write to Excel. Should I give name date? Transaction date, right?
Yes, transaction date. F1.
And then 1. So it's done.
So maybe you can add one more write to Excel, right? So that is for
that is for time, transaction time. And
then we have to get the value, right? So first thing, get details of UI elements on a window. So capture both the values, save into the two variables, and then write into the X.
A variable like this counter can't be used for
no, that counter is for just incrementing the row, right? But we have to take the value from the UI, right? So here you are taking only transaction number, but we have to take transaction time, transaction date.
Yeah, so it's over here, right? Write to Excel sheet.
No. See, this is you are writing the transaction number, right?
Yeah.
But we have to take two more parameters: transaction date, transaction time also.
Oh, so we have to populate it.
No. Get details, right? Get details of UI element on a window.
Oh, yes.
Right? So take two more get details of UI element in a window. Maybe you can do after 70. Okay, you are taken at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, it went down.
So, but I think it's the same name, right? So maybe
no, I need to change it. Yeah.
You have to change the name and you have to indicate also. Yeah, just click on that drop down. Yeah, click on add element.
Add your element. date, which is text. I need to change over here. No.
No. Here you have to give what you have captured. Have you captured the transaction time or date?
Date. This is date.
So give the name like transaction date. Click and give it as a transaction date. So similar way, do for time also.
Okay, so that is done.
Okay, and then write into the Excel also. Take to write to Excel. Okay,
yeah.
And write the value. But don't run. Okay, please don't run.
Yeah.
So there is one mistake actually. So step number 20, right? Step number 20, crop text. But there is no necessity, right, to crop the text here, because we are getting that transaction number directly, right?
But yeah, now we are getting this thing I was trying to get just a sec after the transaction number, what number was showing, that was I was trying to fetch it, right? But it was giving me an error.
Okay. So can you open that application? So this is your application, right?
Yeah.
This application.
Yeah, it's over here. Hold on. Let me bring you to this then.
Okay. So you are using two screens. Okay. So this is your transaction number, right? Previously in training order system, we need only that order number, right?
Yeah.
But we are not able to do that, right? Why we are not able to do that? Basically, because we are not able to get only transaction number, right?
Yeah.
We was getting a whole string. But in this
Yes.
application, if you go, right, maybe I can show you. This is your transaction number, right? If you go
Yeah.
here, or maybe I can show it from here. Okay. So what is this transaction? Okay,
This also I have to delete it. Transaction.
Okay, fine. Then we'll do fresh. Okay.
Yeah.
Add UI link. So here we can see we are getting value directly, right?
Yeah.
So if you are getting value directly, then no need to crop or something, right?
Got it. Yeah.
So we can keep as it is. So we got transaction number, we got transaction date, we got
Date and
transaction
transaction
time,
time. Yeah.
and then we are writing this transaction number, right? So here we have to change, right? So this should be a date.
Oh yeah.
So
I thought I changed it.
okay, so this should be day. So this is a day. That's
Yeah.
okay. Now it will write. After that, it will close. And okay. So now, please, it should work perfect. But before that, close Excel and debug.
Oh yeah.
So it will launch. Okay, caching, honest check, not honest check. Okay, so if it's working for one iteration, obviously it will work for all the iterations.
Yeah.
Okay. It's working. Done, right? Can you see your Excel file?
Oops, why it need not come? The numbers should have come, right?
Okay, so why it is not coming? Because you didn't increment the variable.
Oh,
So
yes.
counter variable you have to increment. So no, there is perfectly fine.
That
But
variable.
before writing, after step 19, okay, take increase variable after step number 19. Yes.
Yeah.
Just increment by one counter.
No,
Second variable. And increase by one. Now close it and
Close
then
it.
please run.
Save. Does it automatically saves or every time you have to save it?
No. It will run. Okay, when we will run, it will run by taking the latest update. Okay, but when you will close that, then we have to save it. Otherwise, it will not take the latest update.
Okay.
Now
the name came. Transaction number, transaction date, and transaction time.
It came, right? So now it should work perfect.
Yep. So if I bring Excel over here.
Okay, perfect, right? So now it is working perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, great, right? So this is also completed, right?
Yeah.
And now maybe after some time, right? You can like move it to the init processing end state, right?
Yeah.
You can restructure accordingly, right? So now we have done training order, right? We have done with our UI demo also, right? Then we have to start with the web automation, right? And we'll do a lot of addition into the training order, exception handling and everything, right?
Yeah.
But before that, we have to see for that Outlook also. We'll check that, right?
Yeah, and I will also try and check it from my side. Because
like,
this is Windows 11, like
no, but desktop version always there, okay? Because without desktop, it will not work actually. Even a lot of students are coming, right? So even though they are having like a Windows 11, right? They are having this desktop version of Outlook. So I don't think so that there should be any problem. But let's okay.
I will definitely check. Yeah.
Okay. No worries. Okay, but what we will do, like rather than move ahead, we can stop because Sneha is not there today.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to like miss her like our web automation as well, right?
Yes.
So maybe that's fine. Like we can stop here and we can continue your Monday night.
Yeah, Monday.
Okay, Monday. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very
So
much.
yeah, enjoy your rest of the day, Arpan,
Yeah,
right? And
no
we'll see you.
problem. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.